Good morning, everybody. Welcome to MSH Symposium. So, just want to have a little bit of survey. How many of you are from PhD study? Please raise your hands. So a lot of people are from PhD student. How many people from industry? No industry. That's the problem of the MSc. We need more industry engagement. Also, we have afternoon session. Mary and then also Emily is from Monash, but we have Sydney Water R&D researcher coming. So we need to have also more engagement with the industry. How about any of you for postdoc or lecturer? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so almost 80% from PhD student. So I have to target PhD student rather than lecturer of the Chenhua or some of the postdoc here. Yeah. So I will target more about PhD perspective from my experience. So this is the title, Membrane Journey. It's not only about membrane journey of my research career, so a lot of different technology development such as new coagulant, was some of the physical, chemical, electrochemical processes, also different material development. But like to focus on membrane only for last 20 years of my career. So this is not about very exciting. This is just one of the researchers like me, my story. So it doesn't mean you don't have to only agree with my journey or do not agree. Also, I'm fine with that. So feel free. You accept which is relevant to your career. If not, of course, this is my story. So don't worry about your career. Everybody different. Also, every background, also every different topic will lead to different outcomes. So I cannot guarantee your outcome, whatever you follow my story of my journey. Okay? So that's the only of my talk. Don't ask me to be responsible of this talk. Yeah? So my bachelor degree and the master, it was not membrane. My capstone project was about soil bioremediation. So I tried to remove the oil or petrol from the soil underground of the gas station. So biodocumentation I tried to incorporate. So my capstone was about the biotechnology. And then my master was some fat oil grease in a wastewater treatment plant or restaurant. So it was very much a biological process to remove the fat oil grease to convert to some of the fatty acid using lipase enzyme. And then I joined the PhD 2002 in UTS and completed 2005. So title was ultrafiltration, nanofiltration hybrid system in wastewater treatment plant and reuse. So you remember the millennium drought from 2000 to 2009. At that time, if you worked on water, you would have a lot of job opportunities during that period because we had a lot of drought season and then a lot of water problem and then stormwater, rainwater, drinking water, even wastewater. Every water was really precious, so that the people, looking for a job here and there, also university, academia, industry. Yeah. So at that time, I was very lucky. So you need your luck in your lifetime. It's not only about your hard working and smart working. So don't try to, yeah, jeopardize yourself. Why not me, and why I cannot do this one? Because there is always something more than your hard working. Yeah. So it was very my luck to be involved the water membrane related research. So water reuse was one of the very burning topic, and then everybody want to collaborate together. And at the time, yeah, it was my one of the best timing to focus on my research. It was the best productivity of my lifetime. I published, as a first was around 10 paper when I graduated, was a course of paper around 10. So I published 20 papers, and then water was important. So university gave me university medal when I graduated. So that's the Chancellor Award. And then, so you can see the reverse destiny from my photo. So if I went back to my PhD again, I would have tried, because I remember only focus on my research. It was very happy time. I don't have to worry about my family, my boys, my lot of my property loan and so many things going on. So I now it's so many integrate the problem coming. But at the time I was single, and then very good to focus on my study. So it was best innovative timing, best productive timing. So I like to go back if I could. Yeah. So this is the very important time for your PhD. You will never ever reverse destiny. So you have to enjoy your PhD as well as postdoc period. The best timing to focus on your work. It will never ever happen again. I know you have a priority, your family, your wife, or your husband, or your kids, whatever, or your parents. I know this is your priority. So everyone has different priority, which means you don't have time to spend your research. So I fully understand. So that's your destiny. So you don't have to worry about too much. You follow your priority, and then difference will be little bit of timing or less timing. So if you just focus on your work, you will get little bit faster your job opportunity. But your priority now is your family. Then you don't have time, and then continue. Don't give up, and it will be slow, but you will be there what you like to achieve. So don't be hurried, because your colleagues, your friends, looks like she's single, she's also very smart, very hardworking, and productivity. So topic is fantastic. So productivity or novelty coming out a lot, but don't worry. Life is not only one chance. You will have at least 3 more chances for your lifetime. So wait, continue your assignment, your paper, your experiment, your idea, your reading, your family business, your priority. No worry. You will have more opportunity in your lifetime. So relax and continue, do your job, and everything should be alright. So my point is here, the water reuse was fantastic topic, and ultrafiltration, nanofiltration. At the time, I combined the hybrid system for different pretreatment, how can reduce the membrane fouling, and then different pretreatment, what's the best way. At the time, membrane was a very advanced technology. now it's a very common technology. You can see that everywhere is MBR, RO, or desalination, and any of membrane is already very common. But at the time, 2002, it was very new and very expensive. So everybody was not happy to invest membrane technology industry. But I was engaged in research, ultrafiltration, nanofiltration, different pretreatment, and different foulant. So initial my timing was ultra, nano, and membrane fouling, how to improve the overall water flux. But now is everybody, fouling is very common. Every membrane will have a fouling. So it's not anymore like a new topic. It's not anymore, something very much attractive. You will never ever get funding from fouling. Yeah, but at the time it happened. Yeah, so based on this experience, ultrafiltration and nanofiltration. So at the time I didn't know whether this could be used for my future career, but what you are studying now, you will integrate later, 10 years later or 20 years later. So you have to be very much focused your work. So you have to understand what your research is about and how this will help. And then later on, ultrafiltration is connected with some of my ultrafiltration membrane bioreactor system. Also, nanofiltration is connected with the fold osmosis nanofiltration. Also, nowadays, a lot of people are working on brine management. So, brine, lithium, and magnesium, so divalent, monovalent separation. Nanofiltration is one of very useful membrane technology. So at the time, we just utilize nanofiltration on behalf of reverse osmosis, or just for the calcium, magnesium, or some monovalent, divalent separation, rather than lithium. So even though it's same technology, just keep changing of your application. So what you are doing now, it doesn't mean this will never ever use for your lifetime. It'll come back to you again after 5 years, 10 years. But when it come back again, you will have a more professional. You know how this can be more benefit to your application side rather than fundamental, because you are doing already fundamental study, and then later on you will get much more beneficial for your knowledge. So that's when you study, you don't know why I'm doing this one, why the concentration polarization is important, why this kind of design is important. Well, you don't know now, but you will figure it out after 5, 10 years, as long as you stay in this field. So please continue, do your job, and just trust yourself. This will be not wasted. It will be also very helpful for your future career. So make a nice, very serious step of your study, and then it will be come back. And then you will be much more professional, much more useful to utilize this technology. So that's my experience. So I appreciate my PhD, and very happy to enjoy all my achievement. Also my best timing to focus on my study as well. So I'm sure that it will be same as you. PhD is about your engagement and your best time to be innovative and productivity of your paper. So you have to target clearly, to achieve much better, because after PhD your priority will change. Family, money, jobs, so many temptation will happen to you. So pretty much focus on now. Enjoy forget about your part-time job, Uber job, or any of your extra money. Doesn't mean anything when you go back your life again. So now is your best timing to do your PhD engagement. Do so. Just simple. Just do your PhD, nothing else. And after PhD, I got UTS Chancellor Postdoctoral Research Fellowship, so 2006 to 9, and it was a good opportunity to be also independent researcher, like a Vice Chancellor Research Fellow, and I tried to engage with some of my own funding. So seeding funding was also not bad, and this Chancellor postdoc, and established some of the group, also our team members, and I was fortunate to get the international funding. I tried many times AI's funding, but never happened because my position and the career did not work for the AIC or comparative funding because so many professors and the senior researchers. So I targeted to the international opportunity. So luckily, Sea Hero project like seawater desalination in Korea. So generously they supported some funding, and I started to have my first PhD student in 2007, and then increased the number of our team members. So it was also very much fortunate to get this kind of position. Next step. So next step will decide also another next step. It's like a series of your career path. So you are professor, you will never ever get down to lecturer. So it's like you are growing, slowly. So now is you are PhD student, most of them, and you have to target clearly. What's your next step? Where is your next stay? And then you have to set the goal and try. Of course, everybody will not achieve your goal, but you have to try. And when you try, you will get a similar one or a little bit less quality job, even though it's not your target, right? And that's enough, better than nothing. So you have to also clear and then make yourself to create your team and then have more opportunity. Also, initially, you have to rely on the university or internal grant or ECR opportunity. Otherwise, better to target, combine with your senior professor to be involved in the project and go for the international opportunity. The international project, sometimes if you have a connection. So I am from Korea, so I speak Korean well. So it's better to convince our Korean researchers. Also, they were looking for Korean maybe research as well as the overseas kind of collaboration. So at the time, Australia was the Millennium Drought. The Korea big project. It was around $150 million project. So they would like to build a new generation of desalination plant. At the time, I was involved because they expected to work on opportunity in Australian desalination plant after they develop this technology. So I'm sure that this is about networking. So even China, Korea, even Australia, same. You have a professor Shiwang's ASC Center of Excellence. So he has his own team member. So I was not involved in his ASC Center of Excellence because my network is not strong enough with him. Right? But somebody is strong enough and involved, and he gave every year $1 million. So networking is very important because even though you are not brilliant, even though extraordinary for your research, as long as you are a good friend of your networks, also you will have opportunity. Which means if you are not really very, very smart, or if you are not extraordinary, also you have to be nice to the people. Yeah? If you're not nice, yeah, that's why I didn't, nice to him. He didn't recruit me. Yeah?
We're working together.
Just kidding, yeah, because we have worked together at the home. So that's the, networking is also very important to be involved, yeah. And also same as your Chinese, networks, and Korea, even Malaysia, even Singapore, US and Europe and Middle East, there are a lot of international funding. So you can possibly engage with them and then very focused and then get some opportunity to grow your next step. So this one was this paper is my last paper to be I think the first author to publish in Kyong Shon in 2008 or 9. So since then, I didn't publish any of first paper, which is the high quality Kyong Shon, and most of job now is my student postdoc. They publish a lot. So once you have a momentum, and then you have a good team members, even though you don't want to do hard working, they are pushing. So my student pushing me, or you have to, support me, or you have to publish my paper, or you have to, support my idea. So once you are in, after that it's much easier in life, because everything is like more about the circular system. You can continue. So initial timing from PhD, postdoc, and the lecturer at the initial stage will be the most difficult time of your academic career. So it's very clear. You can target a clear goal, and then your objective of the next career, and then build up your team member, and everything will be okay after your teams. After that, I got a lecturer position 2009 to 2012. So another my very landmarking research together with Dr. Sharupuncho. So we published fertilizer drone for osmosis. So Yale University Professor Monakem Alamale, he make a sensational research like photosynthesis at the time, very low energy desalination process. So he measured about 1 kilowatt hour per cubic meter, reverse osmosis 4 kilowatt hour per cubic meter. So everybody was involved this photosynthesis. I'm sure that a lot of people also still working on this topic. And then we had a good opportunity to work on this FDF4. So after millennium drought, 2010, now is flooding start, a lot of flooding, a lot of rainfall. And because of we overcome this millennium drought very well, so government supported two major centers. One is the National Center of Excellence in Desalination. The other one was wastewater recycling. So two centers still supported a lot of funding. So I was very fortunate to be involved in the National Center of Excellence in Desalination using this forward osmosis. So we got at the time around $1 million altogether from this. So it was a very great achievement from our team. And then we went to also pilot in one of the Centennial coal mining. So we operate for 6 months pilot demonstration. So nanofiltration also used in this technology. So we applied for this kind of Centennial coal wastewater for the agriculture application. So that's how we create the opportunity and then apply for AS Future Fellow for 2014 and 18. So PRO was one of the hot topic. The FO and PRO is very much a similar concept. So we just try to generate the energy from the osmotic pressure and the salt salinity gradient. So we also got the very good funding from National Center of Excellence, the FO, and this is the PRO. And I was very rich at the time. So I was confused how to utilize this $1 million funding. So that I was thinking about, okay, let's try some membrane fabrication. So we purchased a lot of membrane fabrication unit, like hollow fiber, was flash seed, as well as electrospinning. Leonard is here. He was also involved a lot of the electrospinning machine, was hollow fiber machine. So we experienced membrane fabrication because the funding is very difficult in Australia, especially your career, same as me. And then I was millennium drought generation, so I have a little bit of different situation during my initial timing. So it was very fortunate to get the next step. Next step was funding and the problem was end user. Initially, the best way is industry end user. So I was a little bit disappointing. Nobody here from industry. Yeah? So we need to target end user problem, and you will get also more opportunity because you have time to commit as a postdoc, as a lecturer, compared to professor or associate professor or other senior researchers. So that's your advantage. So you have to fully take advantage and engage as an end-user-oriented project and commit your time, commit your meeting, commit your innovation, and you will be recognized. They will put a lot of support to you. And once you get some applied end-user-oriented funding, and if you have more funding, it's good to have also fundamental. So we try to engage some of the membrane fabrication and very good experience. But look at the MDF for PRO. 20 to 2010, it's a millennium drought period. Everyone is looking for water quantity. So we don't have enough water. So if you produce, we are happy to support you. 2010 to 2020, the global, blue ocean, water industry was very blue ocean. So a lot of water-related conference was industry, startup. So they have a lot of boom of this blue ocean of the water industry. So that we engaged all the traditional technology. MD was discovered 1970. FO 1960 was PRO was 1970. So everybody, now is even though this technology MD FO PRO, I'm sure that still you are working on MD, F4, PRO, right? So it doesn't mean it's wrong, but it was already 50 years ago, 60 years ago, and then this water boom is, blue ocean is growing, and then people, oh, let's go back to our traditional technology, MD, F4, PRO, and then let's try to utilize our new material and combine together how we can make a breakthrough. Unfortunately, nothing much happened. So 2010 to 2020, a lot of investment MD, maybe several $100 million invested in the world. FO as well, a lot of money invested. Even PRO, Starcraft pilot unit, and Sicilia in Italy, a lot of pilot. But MD is still facing wetting issue, so that it cannot make a larger scale, right? So it's still problem, our material, even though after 50 years, there's not much material can tolerate this wetting issue. Even FO, reverse salt flux. Osmotic pressure, it looks like a very cost-effective pressure generation, but reverse salt flux is always happening. So it's not really easy to stop this reverse salt flux, which means your draw solution will keep jeopardizing, and then finally, this is not really also solution of the photosmart. PRO, the normal scale up. The Starcraft in Norway was the last biggest pilot. Since then, nothing happened. So we try, because of the boom of this blue ocean of water. A lot of people took out from the traditional topic, MD, PRO, and so many different topic discovered 1960, 70. Try again, 2010, still problem. Not really commercialized well. So that's the the membrane like truth. Yeah, even though a lot of people keep trying, but yeah, it's not really easy also make a breakthrough. So if you have a good idea how to resolve this kind of problem, research gap, so that's the very important to get through. Also MD. So this is a paper from Leonard, highest citation 1,100. General membrane science, fouling for membrane distillation. And we also connected with MD and PRO, but yeah, even this one didn't work. MD PRO hybrid system for desalination. Also, Professor Enrico Drolli, yeah, he discovered also this MD, and he tried to really commercialize this one, and he spent most of his life for MD. Also brine mining very recently, and then finally a lot of people, okay, let's do brine mining, and he passed away just a few months ago. So yeah, I like to acknowledge my condolences to him and his family. And he's one of our first generation of the membrane. Also, we had one ARC discovery project, and just finished this project with membrane with Chen-1, yeah. And then, luckily, as soon as we submitted our project, and now he's very much unfortunate for his career. We invited him here at UTS as a distinguished professor for 3 weeks. And then I learned a lot from him. So one of them is how he sustained his motivation, and his way of enthusiasm to the research. So also his health. No, he's 85 years old this year. So until he died, and he was very healthy. But he got an operation last year, and after that was keep worsening and worse, and finally he has a little bit of unfortunate thing happening. So he always nice to people. So he has a lot of international connection network. Also Nanjing Tech, he's the one. Also Korea, Youngmuli. He has also a lot of European project, and he connected with people as a first generation of the membrane professor, and he liked to work with also young people. So he came to UTS and discussed about the project together. Finally, we got the funding together with him for the OSM membrane, and then we also, he asked me to join the Nanjing Tech for the visitor, and we had also good timing with the Nanjing Tech, and he always emphasized just focus on your work. Don't think about too much other things, such as political, your relationship, or some people are better than me or worse than me, or it's, everything is going on in your working place every day. Yeah? But forget about this one, just focus on your research. Everything will be much more simpler than what you are thinking. So that's why he has been engaged with many years as a first generation membrane, and now is also his health. Before that, he always say, okay, drink every day a little bit of wine, drink a little bit of olive oil. So that's his secret of his health was very good condition of his engagement of work. So you can try wine a little bit and olive oil every day without any. So he enjoy a lot of oil and wine every day. So MD, yes. Even though a lot of people are working on it, but still waiting. We have to, and short term is possible, but long term is still very questionable. It's 2017, after physical chemical process, I was involved in membrane CDI, and because I did a lot of physical membrane processes or membrane fabrication. And when I look at the electrochemical membrane, cationic, anionic membrane, it was also very complicated, like a cathode, anode, and the charge plus, minus, and then membrane, anionic, cationic. So it looks like an electrochemical process. It's looks like a more complicated than ultrafiltration, microfiltration, reverse osmosis, and some other physical membrane processes. That's the reason why, I was very fascinated for membrane MCDI. And then we have developed this technology initially for groundwater, calcium, magnesium, and divalent ion removal. And then we try to now focus on more selective ion, lithium or some other rubidium combined with the cationic membrane. So that's how but the application always, they don't like complicate the process. So CDI was a little bit challenging. So it was discovered also 1960. And then it was also growing during the 2010 to 2020 blue ocean timing. And then still MD, F4, and CDI, little bit, because they are complicated than our NF, UF, MF. Which is like MF, UF is very straightforward. Okay, you push and coming out. The application is like this kind of very simple and then very straightforward. When you think about this one, looks like a research purpose is fascinating, but real community research translation impact, always you have to negotiate. So that's the, whatever you do, simple is the best way if you like to be more commercial research translation, community impact research. Simple. But if you do a little bit more high impact journal, a little bit complicated, yeah? Your process or theory and new material will be much more. So you have to balance as a academia or industry or depending on your project. So you don't have to unnecessarily combine together. So if you need this one, then go for this one. Unnecessarily you combine with complicate research, and then you will have a more problem. So industry, okay, applied research is applied research. Also fascinating your research, more complicated. You have to separate, and that's the. Otherwise, you will have a very big problem of the collaborating with the industry as well as your fundamental research. So when I was professor 2018, so membrane barrier, Federico Volpin, so we developed urine. So this building, we have a urine diversion toilet. So the reason why Young organized meeting is here is you need to donate. So that we need to sample from you and convert to fertilizer. Yeah. So that's the. This building is we collect your urine and then convert our membrane bioreactor, produce the urine and fertilizer, and we are trying to make this one. And also editorship is very important if you continue your academic career. So there are many opportunities you will have. The editor position for me was a little bit difficult timing because low impact factor is okay because not many people want to be an editor or associate editor, low impact factor. But little bit Q1 journal, high impact factor is high competition. And then the best way is networking. So you know somebody who is editor-in-chief, and the network is one of the best way. Otherwise, you have to publish the target journal, a lot of paper. So that's exactly happened. I never expected to be an editor-in-chief in desalination. In 2018 and 19, journal manager at the time, desalination, and she sent the email to me. And she asked me, "Oh, you have a highest number of paper in desalination. Do you want to be desalination editor?" So that's why I did. Okay, why not? I'm happy to involve this editorship. And then we had an interview together. And then she asked me, okay, whether you can be an editor-in-chief, so that if you target one journal, because every editor or editor-in-chief or journal manager has their statistics. So they know that how many people who publish, how many people who review, how many people, they have all the history of your performance. So that's why, even I didn't know that at the time, but I was also very fortunate. I have 100 paper in desalination, and then I was the highest number of the person to publish in this journal. And then after editor-in-chief, they asked, okay, they want to have one new journal, desalination water treatment. So now we are handling together until established. So like you can be involved with the networking, or you target this journal. If you want to be science editor-in-chief, publish, more than 100 science papers. So you will be editor-in-chief there. So targeting of your journal clearly, and then keep publishing, and they will be recognized one day. So it took us, I published dissertation for the first time 2004. After 15 years later, I became editor. So it took 15 years since my first paper of dissemination. So you have to really be more patient. Unless otherwise you have good networks or good support. So that's the one of my, we organized instead 2020. This is the very memorable time because after this one, pandemic happened. So this pandemic really creates a lot of impact, not only you and myself, university, still going on. Still going on. Everybody is a difficult timing, so there's a lot of deficit. Yeah. So that's why I enjoy this conference, co-chairing this one, and then we really have a last conference of the before pandemic. So everybody talking about this conference because nobody joined any conference after this for 2 to 3 years. So we have a good experience. Also, after that, during the pandemic period, I was not planning for pandemic for this AIC Hub, industry hub. I was so fortunate to join the Siwang's AIC Hub conference 2019, December and November. So Siwang organized his AIC Hub for the conference, and then I met one person who is our deputy director of the AIC Hub. So he was the guy who is working on the urine. So I did a little bit of urine for the research. Then we sat together at the conference dinner table. And then he was an associate professor at the time. And then he told me that, okay, let's have a AIC Hub. Okay, so let's try. And since then, and we discussed together. And after pandemic started, so we also continue to prepare this hub because, as you know, nothing much you can do at home. So a lot of things is online. You don't have to go anywhere. So that we finally got this nice industry hub for AIC project. Was MSA president 2018 to 2021. So this is the most productive my time. Was I have lost a lot because of this position. We prepare ICOM conference. We spend a lot of time for IMSTE organization, annual strategic meeting. So I committed a lot of time for this position for almost 5 years. And then I travel a lot because of president everywhere, like we have 8 member society. Asia is the ICOM and the European member society. So every month conference, and everyone, okay, please you have to come because you are the MSA president. So it was for during the period of president, it was so busy. Was committed, not the university work, external engagement. So it's like I have gained a lot at the time, also I have lost a lot. So that's the life. Whatever you get, you have to pay for it. And now it's when I look back my period, it was a fantastic opportunity. Because of this one, I would have got the AIC Industrial Director position. Also, I would have got the AIC College of Expert. Also, I would have got the head of discipline for environmental engineering because I always engage outside. Okay, so our head of school, please come to the our school inside and contribute to the internal engagement. So after that, always the good works, visual overlaps. So now is working with AS Health Director, AS College of Experts, Journal of Desalination, Editor-in-Chief, Executive Editor of the Desalination Water Treatment, and the Head of Discipline for Environmental Water Engineering. Because I'm smart, because I have a good team member. I have a lot of support from my student, my postdoc, my colleagues, young, a lot of people helping me. So that's the message. Networking, teamwork, collaboration will make much more productive for you, also much more successful for your career, also much more supporting. So it takes time to build a good team and a good collaborator, but it's very important to invest your time and effort so that you will get slowly much better growth rate rather than single individual career path. So just to summarize in 2 minutes. So like 2000 to 2008, we had a lot of water quantities, so desalination, water reuse, membrane, RO, and then just simple water quality was very happened at the time. And 2009 to 19, so they changed a little bit of a scenario for low energy, like low energy desalination, also brine management. So a lot of water extract and brine produced. How to do this one? Now is 2019 till now. So people are talking about carbon decarbonization, resource recovery, hydrogen, fuel cell, battery, and digitalization, AI, and circular economy for water reuse. So this is the topic we need to capture. And last but not least, for my take-home message is okay, you are doing already very well. That's why you are here. Otherwise, you would not be here. So you are doing well, yeah. But trust yourself. Also, you have to be confident. You have to trust. Otherwise, you will have a worry about too much about uncertain in your future. Otherwise, you will too worry about how much you are uncertain tomorrow. Yeah. So don't worry about too much. Just focus on your work, and then always believe you are doing well within your resource. Yeah. And be positive, and also membrane is very good too. Your opportunity are coming. I still believe my opportunity is not ending. So I'm still waiting for a better opportunity. Yeah, for the next step. So just wait, and you will have. When time comes, you will grab it. That's the most important. So you have to be ready for this opportunity. Also, I like to have a more outcome-oriented and end-user-oriented research approach. It will make you more, faster. Also, fundamental you do during your holiday or during your weekend. Just the fundamental study you can do alone. So whatever you can do alone, you just utilize your own time after midnight or Saturday, Sunday. So you have plenty of time, right? So you can just focus on your individual Saturday, Sunday, holiday, and your weekday very much focus on outcome-oriented and end-user-oriented. Because initial stage you have to perform more rather than show how you are knowledgeable with the outcome. Outcome will tell you what you are. So that you have to get very much focused. This one, outcome and end user, because they will give you more opportunity for you. And decarbonization, water, this area will be next generation. And you can do a lot of mistakes as a student, as a postdoc. So this is the only time you are allowed to have a mistake. Yeah. If you mistake as a permanent position or contract position, you will be a little bit of a problem. Yeah. But now is you are a student. Whenever you mistake, you will learn a lot. Also, you will also improve yourself a lot. So don't be afraid to mistake yourself. Also a little bit ambitious for your research. Your research, not for your other things. Yeah, only for your research. So more ambitious and more aggressive for your research, and then hard work, and then you can. And IMSTEC 2025 was we have a desalination conference next year, Florida, 16 November. So you can also join this conference. And I'd like to thank you again. My student was my postdoc and my colleagues. So they are the team. Yeah, I have really achieved more than I have. And also they are also growing together. And hopefully network and collaboration will make you much more successful for your career. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Shon. I'm sure it will be very inspiring for everyone. So I'll take one quick question, and then I'll reserve the rest of the questions for the panel discussion. So is there any one question? No? Yeah. Then yeah, we have a certificate of appreciation to Professor Shon. Thank you very much for your inspiring presentation.